We see three colors, but most of us don't know their original meaning. February 24th is celebrated as Flag Day, yet the ideas behind it in 1821 were very different from what they represent today. At the center of the flag is more than just an image. It is the coat of arms, a condensed memory of a nation. Its meaning predates the modern state and even colonial borders. It tells the epic story of the ancestors, the founders of an empire who were searching for a sacred sign. The god Huitzilopochtli gave them a vision, an eagle gripping a cactus with its talons, a serpent in its beak, surrounded by water. They were promised a place, not one that was comfortable or fertile, but one that was destined for them. They found it in the middle of Lake Texcoco on a patch of marshland where the ground shifted beneath their feet and survival itself seemed like a mistake. This is the fulcrum of Mexican identity, the turning point on which everything balances. The choice was not solid ground, but a fragile island. A decision to build where others saw only swamp, stone by stone, canal by canal. That is how Tenochtitlan was born, a city rising from the water, like a myth transformed into monumental architecture. Here, the eagle is not a symbol of aggression, but of focused will. The cactus represents rootedness, the serpent chaos overcome, the water a trial accepted willingly. This coat of arms stands outside of time. It is not subject to shifting eras or the fall of dynasties. It captures the very essence of human will, a choice made in defiance of circumstance. This symbol survived the of empires and centuries of colonization, only to become, in 1821, the fulcrum of a new power. It's 1821. For more than a decade, Mexico was tearing itself apart from within. A bloody war for independence split the country into two opposing camps, loyalty to the crown on one side and a hunger for freedom on the other. By 1821, 11 years of chaos had scorched the land to ashes. The nation stood at the edge of an abyss where victory for either side threatened ruin for all. Two irreconcilable enemies. Auguste and de Iturbide, a brilliant officer of the Spanish crown. Vicente Guerrero, the unyielding leader of the insurgents. Between them lay rivers of blood and a chasm of disagreement. And yet, in Acatempan, the impossible happened. Weapons were lowered. Instead of a final volley, a handshake. This was the fulcrum of Mexican freedom, the turning point. From that alliance emerged the Plan of Iguala and the Army of the Three Guarantees. The three colors of the flag became the lines of a peace agreement. White stood for the Catholic faith, the only foundation strong enough to hold a divided people together. Green symbolized the hope for complete independence. Red represented the bond of blood between Europeans and Americans. In that moment, the three colors were more than design. They meant survival, a pact written in steel and sealed by the honor of former enemies. Half a century passed, but the peace built on the compromise of 1821 began to crack. The old fulcrum religion could no longer hold together a nation hungry for change. Then Benito Juárez stepped onto the stage. The first president from the people, a man of law, a Zapotec indigenous leader determined to rewrite the country's very genetic code. His reforms were surgical, precise, and uncompromising. He separated church and state, permanently transforming not just the Constitution, but the very fabric of the Mexican flag. This became the Republic's new fulcrum, its turning point. The colors remained the same, but their meaning was burned away and rewritten. White was no longer a symbol of faith, it became a symbol of unity. Green grew beyond simple independence and came to represent hope. Juárez proved that a nation is not born in the prayers of elites, but in equality before the law. The old tricolor took on a secular soul, one that lives within it to this day. And with the sharp scratch of a pen, the course of Mexican history was changed forever. Symbols may transform, but their roots run deeper than any presidential decree. The Mexican flag is more than just fabric. It is a living connection to the ancestors, an unspoken pact shared by millions, a unity that needs no translation. Your fulcrum,